East Texas, a Nacogdoches Martial Science Studio offered a seminar today on women's self-defense, something they say is needed now more than ever. Their classes are meant to teach women to use technique and structure rather than trying to use muscle and strength. The studio's Grand Master says it's the most important strategy that women can use.
So the concepts and principles are designed not to use muscle, but to disrupt their balance, disrupt their structure, keep them off balance.
The expert says women, the elderly, and those with smaller body builds are often targets of attacks. But it doesn't mean that they're helpless, especially with the right strategy. The classes are held at Regents Academy in Nacogdoches, and they are accepting enrollment.